What's going on, guys? It's James. Today I have a much different video for you guys because it's not really paintball related. I can't really say that. I don't have a new product to review. I don't have anything new to show you or any product to discuss. This video I just want to talk about myself because if I were you, I'd question why I would listen to somebody like me. There's a few YouTubers out there that, have very successful channels, but a lot of the stuff that they're discussing, I don't necessarily agree with. So it makes me, I don't trust them. I don't trust their opinion. I think they're phony. I don't want you to feel the same way about me. So here we go. I wanted to just give you a little background on myself. You all know my name is James, but you also know that my handle on YouTube is GotDSM. DSM has nothing to do with paintball. Nothing. Not in the slightest. GotDSM, when I created the account, it was back in 2007, if I recall correctly. And in 2007, the big ad campaign at the time was Got Milk. Everything after Got Milk was Got Something, Got This and That. I took Got from that just to be like everybody else. I bit off it, and I threw DSM on the end. DSM stands for Diamond Star Motors. Diamond Star Motors is Mitsubishi. At the time, it was a huge gearhead. I had a 95 Eclipse GST. It was my baby. It's just my favorite thing in the world, just to jump in my car, scare the crap out of myself, and do it over and over and over again. I spent my free time either wrenching on the car or watching drag racing videos, street racing videos on YouTube, hence GotDSM for the YouTube handle. I'm 28. I've lived my whole life in New Jersey, hence the accent that I get so much grief over from you guys. I'm a systems admin. I've been doing that for 10 years now, believe it or not. For the most part, I play every weekend, once a weekend. I'll go out there and play for 5-6 hours on Saturday, normally. Depends on who's playing. I have been known to play Sundays. I've been known to play both Saturday and Sunday, but for the most part, I play on Saturdays every weekend. You will find me mostly playing rec. I'm not on any divisional teams or anything like that. I'm not a pro. I like to just casually play. This is an escape for me. I like the competition. I don't crave it. That's not why I play. I play to relax and enjoy myself and just have a good time with my friends. So I will play airball, speedball, hyperball, whatever you want to call it. I'll play woods rec. I'll play pump. The only stuff I don't really play, I don't play mag-fed, and I don't play stock class. Only because the following up here in this area for both is not really there. There's no real point to it. There's nobody for me to play against in my area. I'll let you know how I got started playing paintball. I've actually always known about paintball since I was like a little dude. I remember it was in the back of a gun magazine that my father had. It had a little article in the back about paintball, and at the end of the article, you could order paintball guns. It was pretty clever advertising if you ask me, but I'll never forget it. I had the magazine for years. I don't know what happened to it at this point, though. I wish I still had it to show you guys. But ever since it was maybe 4 or 5, I've known about paintball, and of course, when I found that magazine, it was like, Mommy, Daddy, I want this for Christmas, and they're no. That Christmas, though, I did get a paintball gun, but it wasn't from them. It's from a family friend. I don't know how he found out about it, but he did. He went out and got me a PMI tracer with a gravity-fed elbow, 9-ounce CO2 with a butt cover, fancy, and I want to say 500 balls of paint. At the time, paint was really expensive, and the packaging for paint, it came in those Chinese food quarts, those little plastic quarts that soup come in. That's what the paint came in, and it was 2 different colors of paint. One quart was all red paint, and the other one was all yellow paint. I'll never forget it. And of course my parents wouldn't let me use it. Oh, he also got me a mask, which was smart. He got me a JT Pro Shield at the time, and it had the JT racing strap on it and everything. The thing was fresh. I thought it was doing it. So of course my parents wouldn't let me play with the damn thing when I was 5 or 4. However, I was young. Of course they wouldn't let me play with it then. I had to wait a few years, and I found it. They're like, yeah, you could use it. All right. So I'm in my backyard playing with it, and my neighbors saw me. He was like, hey, put one right here on the tailgate of my truck. Okay. I hit the tailgate of his truck, and it dented the back of his truck with that very, very old paint, which was incredible. And the 9-ounce still had CO2 in it, which was just as incredible. So after my parents saw the dent in the back of my neighbor's truck, the thing got taken away from me, of course. Later on, my friend Fred, his cousin was really, really into paintball, and he invited Fred and myself out to go play at Liberty Paintball. And I was all jazzed. I busted out my JT Pro Shield from when I was a little kid, and then I went out. I didn't use my tracer. I went on some website. I don't remember what it was, but I convinced my mom to let me use her credit card so I could order myself a paintball gun online. It was a Spider Flash. I still have the damn thing. It was like $400 and some odd. I remember it was really expensive, but I remember giving her the cash for it, and she let me use the card. And I was all tickled pink when I got the damn thing. It was like the only electronic gun. It was like the first low-end electronic paintball gun, and I was all jazzed. I was like, oh man, this thing does 3-shot burst, all that craziness. I was so happy. So we went out to Liberty Paintball, and Fred's cousin busted out his gun. I'll never forget that either. It was an Angel. Everyone there had like low-end spiders like mine, or they had automags, cockers, and he had the Angel. It was the only Angel at the field that day, and everybody was drooling over it, including myself. The thing was gorgeous. I got my ass handed to me that day, but I did have a good time. Many years later, I was probably 22 at the time, and it was a corporate event, and it was going to be paintball at, I believe it was Top Gun Paintball in New Jersey. That was the second time I ever really played, and I had a fucking blast, and I could finally afford to play on my own. You know, I didn't have to ask my parents for a credit card to order shit. I didn't have to, you know, work for forever to save up enough money to get anything in paintball. I had money. So like the next day after I played with them, I went out and I bought everything, of course. Typical for first-time players that get addicted, they get bitten by the bug and they're like, I need this and this and this. I have to do better than I did last time. So I bought a mask, I bought an I4, I bought Empire jersey and pants, I bought a dye attack pack, I bought dye elbow pads, I think I bought dye knees, I bought a dye attack pack. I'm sorry if I repeated myself on that one. I might have, I don't remember. I bought an invert mini, the same invert mini, the red mini. I had a red rotor at the time. I had a Empire 6845, and I had the Hammerhead barrel kit for it. I had everything. Like the next week, I had everything. I don't even want to think about how much money I spent after playing one time. And the sin of it was, after that one time I played, nobody would go back to play. None of my friends wanted to play. It was just one corporate event, so I'm not going to invite my coworkers to go play. I was bummed out. I just spent all this money. I really wanted to go, but nobody would go with me. Moons later, I was actually dating someone. It was very short-lived, but I really fell for her really hard. Like, really, really hard. I'll never forget it. It was a Friday morning, got dumped via text. Just killed me. Really did. Really messed me up for a long time. But the next weekend was a bachelor party. And the daytime festivities for that bachelor party were paintball. And this guy is one of my oldest friends, and he and I used to work together, so he knew that I was really into paintball after that one event. He asked me where everybody should go. And the place where I bought all my equipment was opening a field. I wanted to go check it out, so I suggested that. It was Ground Assault Paintball in Carlstadt. It was me and probably 15 other guys. Of course, I showed up with all my equipment, and they were all scared of me and all that good shit. Didn't help me at all. I got murdered just as bad as everyone else. Had a great time though, and Ground Assault was 15 minutes from my house. For me to get there and back was a joke, so I started going more and more and more. The extreme benefit for me when I played that day, I wasn't thinking about or dwelling on my ex-girlfriend. For that day, I wasn't thinking about her. I was just having fun. I was surrounded by friends. I was getting shot at. I was shooting at people. I was just having a good time. And I didn't think about her all day. And I just needed that. So I kept going back. It was the only thing that would keep my mind off of her. It kept my mind busy. So I kept going back and back and back. And as I went back, I started playing with the same people. It was like a little tight group of guys that would go there. Ground Assault wasn't meant for, you know, your seasoned pro baller, any real weekend warrior that was like, I mean, down the road they had Meadowlands Paintball. That's where all the talented guys, the more skilled guys would go. The guys that weren't so good would go to Ground Assault. Not to insult anybody, if you did go play Ground Assault, it was just completely different from the breed of guys that went and played at Meadowlands. It's fact. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult anybody, but that's what it was. So the guys that weren't as good and didn't have the balls to go play at Meadowlands, we all went to Ground Assault, and I became really good friends with a lot of them. So I just kept going because I kept making more and more friends. After a while, well, at the time I was in a bowling league. I was a really obsessive bowler. I don't know what's wrong with me. Whenever I get started on something, I go both barrels on it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I have a very addictive personality. Once I start something, I go balls to the wall with it. So at the time I was a bowler, and my bowling buddies kept seeing me with welts all over me and asked, you know, what the hell was going on. And I told them I'd been playing paintball a lot, and a few of them went out and tried it with me. And the one that stuck with it is Spencer. You all know him as the Spiz on YouTube. He and I, after that, just became best friends. I mean, we were very social and civil at bowling, but paintball just escalated our friendship exponentially. It's insane. I see him every week, and we got onto the same paintball team. We both got locally sponsored. It's just blown up for the two of us. It's been awesome. So when I wasn't playing, I was still researching and buying and just totally absorbed in paintball because it kept my mind clear. Whenever I was thinking about paintball related anything, I wasn't thinking about my ex-girlfriend. I think that's why I got so heavily involved into it, why I've accumulated so much crap, so much paintball equipment and knowledge, and it helped me. I started to get like really bad anxiety and everything from just thinking about her. Paintball was like my therapy. It's insane, but it's true. So I would just constantly buy stuff online, either on online retailers or PB Nation. I was buying up everything, and I would try it, and I'd review it for myself. If I liked it, I would hang on to it. If I hated it, it went right on the Nation and I sold it. As I was doing that, I was on the Nation going through the discussion threads because, you know, like everyone else on the discussion threads, I was curious about a few things. And a lot of the threads I would enter, it was stuff that I could answer from my experiences from buying all this stuff. And after a while, I don't know if you're on the Nation, but if you are in the discussion forums, new members never look through old threads. They always start a new thread, and it's always the same stupid questions. And I just found it very frustrating. Instead of typing out my reply each time, because I I had 2 cents to put in from firsthand experience. Instead of just typing it over and over and over, I started making YouTube videos. And from there it took off. I mean, I started posting YouTube videos because I was wearing a mask cam at Ground Assault, and guys would, of course, want to see themselves playing, so they asked me to post it to YouTube, so I started to, and I just used my old account of GotDSM. So I didn't expect it to get as big as it did. I just thought it would be a few guys watching themselves play via my head cam. But once I started posting like real information on YouTube, it just started to take off. And it's still taking off, and I'm greatly appreciative for that. The content that I post, I only post things that I have real first-hand experience with. And when I say first-hand experience, I mean I've put at least 10 hours behind the items or the products that I'm going to review for you guys. The little experiments with the barrel length and everything like that, that's first-hand experience for me. I learned with you guys for that. But like mask reviews and hopper reviews, stuff like that, I will not review something unless I have 10 hours behind it. Truthfully, it frustrates me to see guys like when a new mask is released, they have it that day and they put a video on YouTube of it that day and they get like 10,000 hits for something they know nothing about. Frustrates the shit out of me. You can't review a mask when it still has the lens film in it or stickers on it or whatever that. You haven't tried the product. Your review is nothing. It's hearsay. You're basically reading an item description that the online retailer is posting about. It's like, oh, it has this and this and this. That's information you could get from the retailer. That's nothing. That's not first-hand experience. It's bullshit. So again, I won't speak to something that I don't have first-hand experience with. And I've always been very upfront with that. I've never sugarcoated in any of my reviews, ever. I won't. People don't pay me to do this. I'm not given stuff to review. This is all stuff that I've spent my money on and I've had interest in. And if I could spare you guys the money, I will. If I think something is shit, I'll let you know. It's shit. Don't waste your time and money on it. I have no problem with pissing someone like manufacturer off. I don't care. This stuff is expensive. You should get your money's worth. You should be absolutely comfortable with it. There shouldn't be any doubt in your mind when you go pick up something. You can get really hurt playing paintball. It's fact. You can get really hurt, and you shouldn't have that in the back of your mind when you're buying something. You should have full trust in it. Research is amazing. YouTube is an excellent tool for that, and I'm going to upload as much content as I can with good content. I'm not going to put filler stuff in. I'm not in this for the money. I'm not in it for the fame. I'm not in it for any of that crap. I want you guys just to be safe and trust me. Well, that was a serious rant. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I will say that my ride with paintball, my life experiences with paintball have been very unexpected. Like I said, I never expected this YouTube thing to blow up as big as it has, even though it's not very big. It's bigger than I ever thought it would be. I never expected to play every weekend. I never expected to make all of my friends through paintball. I never expected to meet someone online on PB Nation that I ended up falling for, and we ended up living together. I never saw that coming in a million years. I never saw like my best friend coming out of paintball. I never saw people just coming up to me that they've seen me on YouTube, like, hey, are you James? And like I just want to say thank you, and I'm very appreciative for your info. Like, I never thought in a million years stuff like this would happen. It's mind-boggling to me, and I really do greatly appreciate it. It's been a huge part of my life. I'm happy I could share this stuff with you guys, and I can't wait to see where this sport really takes me. Right now, I'm just trying to explore as much as I can within the sport. That meaning, like, different styles of play. I'm still trying to learn as much as I can while my body can still do it. I'm not getting any younger. I would love to start a field. Honestly, I would love to start a field. And at the very least, I would love to become a dealer. I really would. I'll figure that out in due time. I still have a little time. I'm not that old yet. I'll figure it out. But guys, I just want to say thank you very much. This has been a very awkward video for me to put out. Hopefully you guys like this. I hope everyone continues to subscribe and share. And just want to say thank you. As always, be safe, and I'll catch you later. Thank you.